Who's your biggest enemy? You are. Sometimes we don't see ourselves as others see us. You see yourself as attractive, but you may be more attractive than you think you are. You may be more attractive than you think. Though external opinion is important, we should focus on the internal gratification and have confidence in ourselves. But it's great to get that external boost on how other people see us. 5 signs that you may be more attractive than you think. I put them in the order from start to finish. Or put it this way, from the obvious to the not so obvious, so it gets more powerful along the way. Number 1, the natural reaction. People do a double take on you. They like what they see, maybe to get your attention. Strangers stare at you. Your presence commands attention. You get that gaze. With guys, we call it gawking, like, hey baby, right? It's just like, hey, don't be doing that. But sometimes with women, when they look at a man, they just can't help themselves. They're just staring aimlessly at you. It turns heads. Other people see people looking at you and they're like, who is this person looking at? Like, oh wow, that person's attractive. And sometimes they can't help themselves. People actually smile at you when they see you. And I'm talking from strangers. It can be a way of flirting, of course, or it can just be aesthetic appearance. They're also looking at you in an undressing way. How powerful is that? Also, what people can't control is they raise their eyebrows at you. It's a natural reaction, like smiling. Number 2, the approach. People actually come up and talk to you. This is more so from a man approaching a woman, but as women get older, their confidence goes up and they tend to make the initial approach too towards a man that they like. Why is that? Because you're easy on the eyes, that's why. And when you're easy on the eyes, you actually get treated better, right? When you go to a restaurant, that server, if they find you attractive, you actually get treated better. Anytime you're the customer anywhere and people find you attractive, they treat you better. You actually naturally have a draw, like a tractor beam that pulls people in, right? People are genuinely drawn to you, which forces them to act differently around you. They seem a little nervous, right? They're fidgety. They get intimidated, right? I know younger women tend to, they turn red, right? They're like, oh, right? They get a little nervous around you. Or even younger men, when approaching a woman, they're more nervous. They don't have that confidence about themselves. Sometimes they even act strange, like, oh wow, what's up with this person? And this is more so for the women if they find a man really attractive. In the animal kingdom, and of course with human beings, from a physical standpoint, right? The neck is the most vulnerable piece on your body. Right? From a psychological standpoint, the woman looks to protect the exposed weakness of her body, right? So if the woman finds you very attractive or more attractive than you think, they start playing with their hair around the ear, right? Oh, right? Or even more importantly, they start guarding the neck, right? They're start going like, oh, okay, how are you, right? It's all that whole body language that they're looking to protect the exposed area, which is, in this case, a psychological standpoint. And on both sexes, anxiety goes up, right? If a man feels that, oh my gosh, this woman is ultra beautiful, his anxiety goes up. It's also the case for the women, like, oh my gosh, my anxiety is going up, and they actually need to calm down in order to continue the conversation. What's very powerful on the approach, other people go out of their way to help you. That's a great sign to find that people find you attractive. For example, it could be something as lame as you forget your little discount card at the grocery store, right? If that person doesn't find you attractive, right, they're not going to be friendly. And of course, this is not 100% accurate, of course. But it's usually a telltale sign. They're like, oh, okay, you don't have your card? Okay, you're out of luck. You don't get the discount, right? But if it's a woman who finds the man attractive, oh, okay, hold on. Oh, you don't have your card? Oh, okay. And they use their card and they stamp it on the scanner and you end up getting the discount, right? Or maybe you get a little extra food, or the flight attendant actually services you more on an airplane than you would normally get if they didn't find you attractive. So other people go completely out of the way to help you is usually a great sign. They're more generous towards you. They expose themselves by overtly helping you. What's great too, and this could just be in a business meeting, it can also be on a date, if they mirror their body language towards you. This is what's called the chameleon effect. So for example, if you lean forward, if the woman also leans forward, they're genuinely interested in you. It may not be attractive, you're more attractive based on outer beauty, but you can be more attractive because of outer beauty, but more importantly, more the inner beauty. They're engaged in this conversation. If you lean back, for example, and do it across your arms, they lean back and cross their arms. They're mirroring your body language. They're doing the chameleon effect. What's also very powerful too, if you're on a date at the bar and they're sitting there talking to you like this, like you're the bartender, for example, I'm the customer, this is the bar in between us, and they're looking like, oh yeah, and they're actively talking, okay, that could be a neutral thing. But what's very powerful is when someone does this, right? Now their bodies is facing towards you as an individual. And now they're more engaged. Oh yeah. So yeah, oh yeah, what'd you do today? What's on your weekend? So what do you do for a living? Right? They're sitting there, they're active, their whole body is turned towards you. And that's a telltale sign that you may be more attractive than you think. Now here's the opposite, okay? Here's the opposite. Hey, can I buy you a drink? And they do the opposite. Guess what? You're not more attractive than you think if that happens to you. And this leads to the final. If there's no sexual tension between either one of you, no one is attractive in that particular engagement. So for example, if you're sitting there, same words that come out of your mouth, you're doing one of these jobs. Oh yeah, so what's your name? Oh, okay, what do you do for a living, right? It's just a straight little meeting. There's no tension, there's no body mirroring, there's no flirting, there's nothing like that. It's just strictly intellectual. Guess what? Right? You're out of luck. Or vice versa. You may feel like, okay, that person's not attractive more than they think. Or you may feel that that person's not attractive either. That leads to number three. Number three, obsessed. People are obsessed with you. Now we're getting deep into this, right? For example, they notice your arrival. They're so obsessed with you. They're fidgeting. They're doing whatever. Oh my gosh, when's she gonna show up? Because guess what? They're so in tune with you. When you walk into the room, the party starts. And when you walk out, that party's over. That's how powerful you are. Because you're the center of attention. People are drawn to you. People are obsessed over you. How can you tell? They're overtly talking to you. They want to get to know you. They're obsessed. They're constantly texting you. I said this in other videos. You don't chase, you pursue excellence, right? Let people come to you. They're chasing you. At a particular event, they're solely stuck on you. They're not mingling around in the room. They are 100% focused on you. People are interested in you. They're asking you a lot of questions. There's also a good and a bad when people are obsessed with you. They tend to have strong opinions about you, depending on who they are. They have extreme feelings towards you. It could be negative or positive. It could be friendly, cold and harsh, jealous, or look for ways to talk to you. They want to go out of their way for you. You hardly get any compliments, or you get a lot of them. Why is that? Maybe some people will feel, oh my God, that person's so attractive. They must hear that all the time. So I'm going to go out of my way to not to do that, right? Or it could be, oh my God, you're so beautiful that I'm gonna go out of my way to tell you you're beautiful, right? You see that, what I called in the other videos, the beta simps, right? Oh my God, you're so beautiful, right? Well, guess what? Women hear that crap all the time. And newsflash, the more beautiful the woman is, the more she hears it. So the more beautiful the woman is, the less, when you call them beautiful, the less it means something to them. So maybe focus on an attribute of theirs to compliment themselves on. This applies both to men and women. People will slightly touch you. What do I mean by that? Guys is famous for doing this in crowds, right? They'll go up to a woman to go through the crowd. They'll grab the woman above the hips, lower back, and then kind of slide them out of the way. Or when women going through the bar, they kind of have their hand along a woman's back to kind of push them out of the way, to kind of make their way to the bathroom, if you will. Women are more flamboyant about it, right? As you're talking to a woman, they're like, oh, and they hit you on the side of the arm, or they hit you like in the wrist, so they grab onto you in the forearms. They kind of bump into you a little bit. If they're sitting next to you, they kind of put their hand on your leg. And I don't mean like, well, no, duh. I mean in a way where it's just kind of like a slap and kind of pull back away, not an actual rub. Obviously, that would be 100% a guaranteed sign. And another way, especially if a woman really finds you attractive, a woman will actually lean on you and actually touch on you like that, especially at a party or wherever that you may be. And that's a great telltale sign. What's very, very powerful in this obsessed field, they're so obsessed, they're actually shocked to hear that you have any insecurities at all. Even though you're a fellow human being, they're actually shocked that you have insecurities. They actually so obsessed with you, they can't actually see your insecurities. For example, supermodels. Everybody assumes that they don't have insecurities. They do. They have eating issues. They have self-esteem issues. That's why they tend to date billionaires or highfalutin producers, because they date someone perceived that's higher up on the scale. Like a regular person is not going to hook up with a supermodel, right? They need that extreme validation in order to have self-esteem within themselves. And that's when people are obsessed with you, they also feel the same way. Obviously, it's in a relatively standpoint, like I'm a regular person and you're a regular person, so this is all relative, of course. It's how they see you. They're so obsessed with you that they don't see any insecurities in you whatsoever. This reminds me, I have a middle-aged friend. He's a little insecure about his love handles, his crow's feet, his thinning hair, and his gray beard. When he gets a pedicure, he gets the callus remover. So please keep this person in your thoughts and prayers. I digress. All right, before I get to number 4, I'm gonna ask you for a favor. Now please, be obsessed with me and hit the like button down below. Now remember, they looked at you, they approached you, and they're now obsessed with you. Number 4, you have authority. How do you know when you have authority? One of the great telltale signs, and I'll take it from a man's perspective, whether you be in an elevator by yourself and you see some man and his woman, or you're at a party, whatever it may be, that other guy is insecure about you. That's right, he's insecure about you. Why is that? Because women do this all the time and they're more open about it. Oh my gosh, she's beautiful. Oh, she's cute, blah, 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 blah. Men, we don't talk like that. But we make the assessment too. We know when a guy is better looking than we are, and we know when a guy's not. We know a guy's not completely out of shape. We know a guy's in better physical shape than we are. So when a man is actually so insecure that he sees you in the elevator or at a party, I actually call this the small junk syndrome. Right? He's so insecure because his girl's now looking at you, right? So he's insecure about it. He knows you're better than him, right? The guy gets jealous. Now he becomes overbearing on his woman. He gets all nervous. He knows his woman's trying so hard not to look at you, or maybe she is. Now it makes him even more insecure. So an insecure guy will do that. What a secure guy would do is actually just recognize it and own it. And I've done this before. What do? The easiest way to do it is actually say hello. At the gym, you walk by some dude, hey, hello, man. What's going on? Hey, buddy. Saw you on that bench press. Dude, you were crushing it. Dude, you're jacked, bro. Way to go. Maybe even poke that guy for advice. Hey, you have any advice for me? Right? You just own it. You're secured. If you're insecure, you see the jealousy. Another reason why you have authority is relationships come easy for you. Why? Because you have options. You're very active in dating or in relationships. This is easier for the woman, but it also applies to the man because you have many opportunities. Obviously, women have more opportunities because men tend to approach women more than women approaching men. But again, as a woman gets older, that becomes more in equilibrium. Another sign that you have authority is people value your opinion more than others. They look to you to be the leader. You're persuasive and confident. They trust you. You're engaging. You're appealing. And you're insightful, which leads to number 5. The most powerful of them all, a telltale sign that you are more attractive than you think. Number 5 is called the halo effect. What is the halo effect? When you have one positive trait and it's perceived or actually influences other traits. For example, in this case, one positive trait, people find you attractive. Because you're attractive, that carries over or perceived to carry over into other attributes that have nothing to do with your outer beauty. It increases your inner beauty, which overall increases your outer beauty. And this will apply more towards men. I'm listing things down that women will actually find attractive, but of course they also apply to women too. So for example, people will perceive you as kindness, have intelligence, you're confident, Well, why is that? We talked about it a little bit earlier on. You're approached more often. People interact more positively towards you. So generally, this will naturally bring things out in you. But some of these things, these will actually specifically apply that you're actually doing to actually make the halo effect effective. How is that? Well, the first thing is you have hobbies. You're pursuing that excellence. You're striving to be your best. You have other interests in life. You have passion. You have talents. And women love that. You become more attractive by doing this. You have depth. You're well-rounded. You're showing you're capable. It makes you more interesting. You have purpose. It improves confidence. You're adventurous and you're exciting. In sales, one thing that actually companies look for is they look for attractive people. Well, why is that? Because you have influence. People are drawn to you. People care about what you have to say. People will listen to you. You command a presence. That is why in sales, they look for an attractive person more so than anybody else. Now I know before you put in the comments field, yes, they did make an exception for me. Ha ha ha. You are successful, and success is relative. But the bottom line is you bust your butt and you take chances, and that makes you more attractive. If you're in a position of high visibility, like a famous person, a famous actor, a famous actress, you're a politician, you're very visible. Obviously, we all can't be like that, but relatively speaking, folks like yourself, folks like me, we're highly visible, relatively speaking. I mentioned at the party, if you're the hottest guy in the world and you're half my age, but you're in the corner, right? You're not being very visible. You're not out there talking to people. You're not out flirting people, getting to know people, having that charisma, that aura about you, right? So relatively speaking, you need to be highly visible. If you're perceived or you actually fix problems, people see you actually fixing things. People actually see you making accurate comments to fix issues. That helps you be more attractive. And the most powerful of them all, to solidify the whole halo effect, in my opinion, people appreciate your compliment. And I'm not saying, oh wow, you're beautiful, or oh wow, you're handsome, right? I'm talking about you are so high up, you have that big halo. People actually appreciate your compliment. For example, if Michael Phelps said, "Good job, Maddox, love your swimming technique," I'd be like, oh, that's awesome. What would I say about that, right? If Arnold Schwarzenegger saw me in the gym, "Maddox, man, saw you crushing it today, bro. Great job," right? Oh gosh, Arnold Schwarzenegger said I did a great job. What am I actually gonna say? That is the ultimate halo effect, in my opinion. When someone says, wow, that feels great coming from you. The bottom line is, these 5 things will give you the confidence. But also the confidence will lead to these 5 things. Only you know where you need to start. Also in the description field is my free 25-page PDF, In the Pursuit of Excellence, the Renaissance Man's Woman's Guide to Mastery. Please like this video, hit the subscribe button, and hit that bell button. And most importantly, please forward this video to a loved one that you feel that needs it.